is basically a visual novel that is going to be taking place in Memphis City. It's going to basically be a game that deals with the ideas of mental health in teenagers today. Not only that, but it also has to deal with a huge amount of, well, problems that certain teenagers might actually face. Not only that, but I also added my own little witty humor to it, giving characters certain personalities you probably have seen in real life by some other people. Not only that, but I've also basically taken a lot of time to flesh out as many of these characters as possible. And this is just the demo for the game itself. Unfortunately, I kind of sort of only had a few months to build this whole thing, and I want the full paid release version of this game to be more or less well, a legitimate huge story. I want it to be like an hour or two long. I want the story to have all of the characters to be as fleshed out as possible. And well, with all this being said, I want more music to be perfectly timed. I want the characters to have better dialogue. I just have a lot of ideas that I want to really put in here. But in many cases, when I look at this entire story as a whole, I see it more as a response to how people treat teenage issues, which is not well, actually. In fact, when you actually look at how many teenagers go through a lot of problems in their lives, it's mostly because of personal situations that they're not entirely allowed to basically talk about or really properly understand. And it's something that I really find to be disrespectful to teenagers as a whole, because in most cases, teenagers need to be able to understand and talk about certain situations, especially if they're going through said situations. And one of the biggest ones is, of course, depression, self-harm, and again, problems with mental health, and of course, bullying, which is another huge issue that many people, I think, nowadays have been dumbing down. Like, seriously, I have dealt with bullying since I was in middle school. And I'm just gonna straight up say that it is one of the worst things that anybody could ever really go through. And while I do not sympathize with people who've gone through or who are bullies, I mean, I genuinely cannot, under any circumstance, understand why anyone would feel the need to treat someone else horribly because of their own disgusting, messed up lives. And that's basically where I came up with the idea of Almost Broken. I wanted to make a visual novel for teenagers and young adults to basically come in and see just a genuinely good story. And well, the best part about this is that this demo is very near release, or should be out at least very soon, mostly because the entire demo as a whole I've already made the builds for the PC versions, so you can play this on, a Mac and of course on normal PC. And not only that, but you can also play it on both Apple and Android. Not only, and of course, the best part about this is that, well, best part about this, in my opinion, is that a lot of the backgrounds you see is actual photography that I did myself. Like, I went around Memphis City at night and during the day, and I got a lot of photography for this game, which is kind of sort of one of the things about this game. It's sort of a love letter to Memphis City, because I see a lot of people talking bad about this city for, honestly, pretty dumb reasons. Like, I get it. Yes, we're not a perfect city. Our city isn't exactly the best, but that doesn't mean it's horrible. And in fact, if you look at it from a certain angle, in fact, if you look at it from multiple angles, you can tell that it's actually a really great city that's filled with a lot of artists. And the fact that people are constantly trying to leave this city not understanding that maybe their main inspiration for, all the art and love that they have could be because, excuse me, everyone, could be because of the fact that this city might inspire them. It's kind of ridiculous. So I kind of sort of made this a love letter to Memphis City so that people can fully understand that this city is more beautiful than you think. So with that being said, that is pretty much all I really have to say about Almost Broken.